MSUA's Game Changers Live, where we speak with satellite and mobile connectivity thought leaders about industry trends and share what you need to know about the future of satellite mobile connectivity. I am your host for today, Lisa Dreher, and I am really excited to introduce our guest for today, Nabil Ben Soussia. He is the Group CCO at IEC Telecom. Welcome to the show, Nabil.
Hello, welcome Lisa. Hi everyone.
It's so great to have you here. Perhaps we can start by having you give just a little bit of background on yourself and IEC Telecom.
My name is Nabil Ben Soussia. I'm the Group CCO of IEC Telecom, based in Dubai, but IEC Telecom is one of MSUA members and is a satellite service operator for nearly 30 years. So in 2025, we will close our 30 years. So 30 years doing only satellite, offering satellite services starting from voice to data to high-end data, value-added services around the bandwidth and the connection. We provide the service to our customers, and we partner with nearly all the satellite operators that brings something extra to us and to our customers. So today, being in the beginning a French company with a headquarters in Paris, we have around 11 offices around the world. We are geographically spread to be closer to our customers. And for 30 years, this is what we were doing. So as a company, we try to be close to our customers and to bring the extra layer to the satellite link that makes the difference to our customers and answer the need that he has.
Excellent. Wow, it sounds amazing. So, can you tell me a little bit about the geographies that IEC Telecom is supporting today?
So, IC Telecom being a global provider and serving global customers, we have no choice. We have to be present everywhere to be able to cover the need of our customers. So, the big hub we are present in France, and from France we cover the West Europe, we cover West Africa, and we have a new entity in Palma de Mallorca to cover the emerging yachting market. We have an office in Oslo and in Sweden, so from where we cover our operations in Scandinavia. So just passing by geography. So and then we have an office in Turkey, in Istanbul, where it's part of the bigger picture of maritime, as we tend to be close to our customers in maritime, and Istanbul is one of the big ports where we have customers and we need to serve our vessels globally, and also the Turkish market especially. Then we come to Dubai, where I'm based. Dubai is the second office historically in IEC Telecom Group. So we are since '97 based in Dubai. We have another office in Abu Dhabi to be closer to the oil and gas market in UAE. Then we move to Central Asia, where we have an office in Kazakhstan, from where we cover operations in Kazakhstan and in the Stan countries, I would say, but the Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, sort of the Stan countries, we call them. And we finish by being in Singapore. So this is also another hub where we have to be to serve the maritime business, and we have operations all around without being established as an office. So we have some commercial activity or support activity around Asia Pac. Additional to that, we have two companies that are internal solution providers. So one company called TrackSat that is dedicated to doing tracking M2M IoT business. So this is kind of our internal provider that provides us the platform, the solution, and all the rest of the offices that I mentioned before are the selling arm of TrackSat around the world. TrackSat was a decision in 2012 that we have to go towards that. The future of satellite is also in IoT, and we foreseen that in the past, and we focused on that. We have also a company that is dedicated to software and hardware for, let's say, video compression and encoding called QuickLink, which is part of IEC Telecom also. That is dedicated to that. At one time, that was very vital to all news gathering that is happening from war zones or catastrophes, etc. No more the trend those days, but at the time where we had only a BGAN or Tora IP and only 400 kbps per second, that was really key to all the transmissions that happened from 2011 to 2017. So just saying this, it's important to understand who we are, and on the example of TrackSat and QuickLink, because when we feel that the market needs the extra layer on the top of the satellite and the modem and the billing tool, sometimes an industry requires the extra step, and either we create it or we acquire a company or we invest in a company, so to bring the one-stop shop to our customers. And finally, the latest office we have is an office in Tunisia, which is today our back office, where we manage our centralized customer support, activations and billing, and also let's say the technical, our solution development. So our R&D is based in Tunisia. For the last 2 years, we moved and it's growing. In 2 years, we are nearly 20% there. So it's quite a good move.
Wow,
Also that
that's amazing. What an amazing broad geographical coverage and services and solutions. Maybe you can talk a little bit about what some of the trends are in the industry today that are influencing the strategy for IEC Telecom.
Well, I'm with IC and in this industry for 17 years, and there was no bigger change than the last 2-3 years, and the last year especially. So we had few things, starting by the COVID, that changed the mind of our customers and ourselves also, on the way we are organized, on the way they are organized, and on the way they manage their operations. So, and here more and more the telecommunication overall became crucial. But of course, where we are present, which is the maritime, for example, industry, or camps, or where we will used to be a primary solution, of course, that's changed. And where we used to be a backup solution also, it became more important. So more went to online. Few things that you never think about it. You used to have a humanitarian camp with 40 megabit per second
Yeah.
that shut down in one day, and they request 40 small links, portable links, to have it in their homes. That it's not only up on the capacity, but also more on being portable and being home based. This is one thing. And the biggest thing today is the Leo technology that is disturbing the industry for the good way, in a good way, offering bandwidths that we never dreamed about, and latency that changes the whole way of operating. Just to give an idea, in the past few years, we internally were developing solutions that will offer a user experience similar to what you have at your office or at home over satellite, because it is not obvious. You cannot bring your application and use it over satellite. There is delay, there is consumption, it becomes too expensive, etc. So we were specializing ourselves, and we have teams developing that. Today, with the Leo, whatever application you have it on your mobile phone or your computer, it will work straightforward with the Leo. So that, but it creates also a lot of other challenges that we have to overcome. So the concept of what used to be your opportunity and your challenge totally changed, and we have to adapt. This is, let's say, in terms of technology, but also we have new players coming in. When we prepare the strategy of our company, we have to foresee there is no place for everyone, that's sure. With the number of satellites coming, and we have to guess who will perform good, who will be financially able, who will survive, who will not, etc. And with whom we can match, because we serve some markets, and that may not be the target market for let's say today the Starlink, for example, is the solution that is, let's say,
Right. Yeah.
successful this year. But the initial business plan was not fitting us and not fitting our customers, because it was designed for home users. And then step by step, we started discussions, and we see changes in their strategy, and now we fit. Now we
Yeah.
discuss. Now we can offer
Absolutely.
something better. So all this is really changing on daily basis. Nobody changed. We are the same. They are the same. But at one point, they decided to change something. Now it's fitting us. I'm here for since 17 years, and things are changing every day. So
Absolutely. So
strategy
speaking
has
of
to adapt.
right. So speaking of that, I think there's a few things that we can probably dig a little deeper on, including like cybersecurity in this satellite, and using satellite connectivity services. What is IEC looking at in terms of cybersecurity?
Okay. One of the changes that happens with Leo is the new bandwidth. We used to have, let's say, a vessel with 2 megabit per second, 3, 4 users, 10 users allowed to do limited access to 100, 200 megabit per second. Everyone has access, and you cannot treat the cyber threat the same way. You increase the number of users, you increase the capacity, you increase sites you have access to. You cannot jump onto that without taking care of cybersecurity. So it becomes more important. The communication became cheaper, more affordable, and that also pushes users to change their mind, to go to more automation, to rely more on that. So now they can afford to have one or two different solutions on board. So that allows automation. With automation, you have, I'm not jumping to the autonomous vessels, but even with automation, you create and you put yourself in a position that you rely a lot on the satellite communication. And when you rely a lot, first, you cannot lose it. And second, it has to be reliable in terms of what it transmits to you. So the cybersecurity is becoming more and more important. So that's big change that coming with Leo.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing that it seems like we're seeing a lot more of is use of hybrid networks where you're combining perhaps LEO and GEO satellites into a hybrid network. How is IEC looking at that?
Well, we believe that Leo are doing well, but Leo cannot do everything. And cannot do everything in a short time. Okay,
Mhm.
so if it will continue on the same quality and speed, etc., that might be something we have to consider. But today, it's clear for the next 2, 3, 5 years, it will not be able to do everything. Leo is bringing something new to the market, something that I've seen a lot of debates that okay, it will kill the traditional market. Yes and no, because it creates additional market. There are things that were not possible 2 years ago that are possible today. There are projects that no one can imagine on the number of links we're installing in Europe, where we didn't have anything in the past, because it offers the additional uh, reliability. It offers things that today can change the way a government is thinking, offering a wider service on wider geography instantly. That's an additional market that was not there. But the more you do that, the more you need to make sure you have a backup. And let's say, for example, a bank sitting in a city somewhere in a country, let's say, for example, in Kazakhstan, you have a bank in the city, but it cannot offer the same service in the countryside. Why? Because first, there is not the communication is not available, and second, what we do without that communication. So there is a digital divide in the world, but there is also a digital divide inside the same country,
Mm.
and that's what is changing today. That's what Leo is offering, because you don't need to have a separate. Of course, we were able to do that in the past through Geo, but you should have a different software. You should adapt the software to the latency you will have over Geo, etc. So it is totally new market that is offered. Geo will remain better, depends on what we don't say Geo overall, because Geo moves from KU band to L band to portability fixed. I rather look at it this way. There will be still market for portability, for common to move, and
Mhm.
for high bandwidth. All
Excellent.
those will coexist for a time where the market is shaking very, very hard. And in the end, every solution will find its niche market and will focus on what it's better and what it serves better.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. So I want to end with one last question. And as you may already know, MSUA is in its 32nd year. And with that in mind, obviously things have changed a lot over the last 30 years, but I'd like you to think out 30 years into the future and give me your one prediction about the future of satellite mobile connectivity.
Um, the last 30 years were too slow, and the future will be really changing. Let's just look at the move on the terrestrial network from 3G to 4G to 5G. It is happening instantly. Every year we have something new. In the satellite world, we were not at the same speed because the lifetime of satellite was 15 years, and everyone has a plan for the next 15 years. And let's say if a provider A launches a satellite 3 years after provider B, he has an advantage compared to that provider for the next 10 years. This is no more the
Mhm.
case. Today we are at, of course, here we speak about SpaceX changed the whole world, because today we are changing satellites, sending new satellites at the same speed of building 3G or 5G stations.
Yes.
So, and those satellites are not there to be for 20 years or 15 years. And Starlink is already on the next generation. OneWeb has to think already about the next generation. So the change will be much faster.
Hmm.
There is a direction towards direct-to-device solutions. There is, it's always smaller devices, higher bandwidth, but there is, I think, a key point that will slow down the the lawmakers licensing
Hmm.
and the availability of spectrums,
Hmm.
because it is not easy.
Yes.
We can launch faster satellites, but today bureaucracy around the world is what it is. Security threats, licensing, protection of our own interest in this country, on that country, etc. So it is very complex. What changed is that today the speed of changing is much higher and faster than it used to be. The
Great.
bureaucracy, licensing is still the same.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, hopefully we can get past those challenges so that we can continue to move forward faster. Nabil, I really want to thank you so much for making time to be here today. If someone wanted to learn more about IEC Telecom, what should they do?
Well, they should just type ictelecom.com. They will find us close to them, because this is our policy, to be close to people who are looking for us.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here today. And I do want to take a moment to thank the Mobile Satellite Users Association for hosting these sessions. You can learn more about the MSUA at msua.org, and you can check out our weekly newsletter that gives you the latest on all of the latest happenings in the satellite mobile industry, as well as learn about our upcoming Satellite Mobile Innovation Awards program that's happening during satellite in March in Washington, D.C. So be sure to visit msua.org, and we will see you next time on MSUA's Game Changers Live.